Hello you! Welcome back to Transport Fever Peninsula. I'm Colonel Failure. Last time around we built this rather marvellous rather extensive route down the, I remember what it was called, Lumberjack Island? Something like that. Anyway, we built one down the entire coast of the island that is now sporting the really hideous... Where's a rail bus or a flipping red arrow or some such? Whatever it's sporting, it's a horrible looking beast, and sorry about that. But these things need to be done. The goal was to largely connect up Dark City and its rather successful international airport with the other major conurbations in the area, which is Silent Hill and then Waterdeep. Now, this route itself is never going to be massively successful because there's only 3 towns on there, and we're kind of skirting the edge of them. But we can make some hay with that regard. Now, before we crack on to the adventure of the day, let's have a look at the money, shall we? Because it's not a pretty sight. I'm 81.5 million in debt in the loan department. Another 2 million that'll be fine. That'll get sorted out, no trouble. Paid 1.2 million in loan interest. Ouch. And that's largely because we were 34.9 million in the hole at the end of last year, having spent $56 million on building this route. That's a lot of money. When you haven't got that, when you've had to borrow the money, that's a lot of money. When you've got $1 billion in the bank, that really isn't a lot of money at all. Everything, friends, is relative. We also spent another 10 million on some vehicles. Okay. Well, the good news, though, such as it is that income-wise 76, running costs 43. So we make 30-odd million back per year if I can avoid spending it all. I never avoid spending it all. Where's the fun in that? We'll be spending some more today because we need to get things in order. Before we do that, however, we'll just have a look at this Gen 2 line. 4 whole passengers. Count them on one hand. And let's have a look. Gen 2. Right, that's costing me $500,000. The shipping of food between Rapture and New York is running at a deficit at the moment. There are 20 ships on there. 20 ships on that route. Okay, something has gone skew with there. I suspect it's because my new freight line is nicking some of the food and therefore removing some of the profitability. The Rapture to Elmore is horrible. Wow, it really is horrible, and shouldn't be. No, anyway, well, it is at the moment. It's only 2 years old, so maybe something uncanny has occurred there. Hill Valley to Shermer Air route is not going great. Oh, crumbs. The Arkham to Iron Forge is losing money, but it's ancient. Oh, we've got problems down that end. Basically, my goal is always anything that is three-digit thousand or more in deficit per year needs to be looked at. Whereas at the top end, of course, everything's fine. We've got the Industrial Continental Brick now making 11 million a year. Beautiful. Industrial Oil Transit is doing 6.5. Thank you. The Minecraft Mainline is doing 2 million. The other Gen 2 passenger route is doing 1.5 million. Probably could do more given it's running completely full. Then it's nothing but good news. So we're easily offsetting the costs of the evildoers at the bottom, but those evildoers should not exist in the first place. We're going to tackle the biggest of the evildoers to start with, and if you stick around, you'll see that happen. So fundamentally, the way we're going to help with that is get a few more people actually going to the station. Now, over time, the AI building will accomplish that for us, but we can help that along by putting a few commuter routes in there. Now, I'd love to stick a proper where are we? A proper tram station in here. I haven't got the money, but if by me rattling away for a couple of minutes, I'll have the money, so that'll be okay. Yeah, I mean, stick it in here or some such, but the land here is so uneven that it's just not. It's not going to play ball without a heck of a lot of remodeling involved. Now, I'd love to remodel it, spend the best part of, I don't know, 10 million, I suppose, on flattening this out and getting it all sorted. And maybe that's something that we'll do in the future. But for now, the important thing is the practicality of it. So we'll put, a bus stop, right? And I think we'll stick one on the other side as well, just to be on the safe side. And then we'll turn this road into tram line. Give me the upgrader. Give me the upgrader. Tramway, catenary, yes. All of that, right? That's now viable. And then we'll just go and intercept one of the trams that's already running. So the International Dark City transfer here. That's good. Yeah, Walnut Street. You can then stop at the station after that. Then there. Right. And then after that, you go to 5th Street. Or you probably should. No, you're going to Dark City Central. Back to the airport. That doesn't seem sensible to me. No, hold on. Well, no. Well, let's bulldoze the lot and redo this route so that it makes some sense. Start at the airport, then flit round over here, then flit round over there. You go. Look, see, that's more like it. And then back to the airport and come back in the opposite direction. Standard figure 8 maneuver, and that will work as well as it's likely to. Right, okay, so how many trams am I actually running on there? I think there might only be one, in which case pummeling another couple on there will help. Now, that's not going to solve the problem, friends. It just isn't. It will alleviate it. If it can sling 2-3 more passengers onto the train each time, then that's a good thing. I mean, as you can see, we've got 16 on there. How many have we got on the next one? That's a residential building. It's not a tram. It's not going to go anywhere. That one's got 2. Yeah, I suspect you two are rather bunched up, aren't you? And then the third one here has got none. Good. Good. Yeah, if you lot wouldn't mind spacing out just a smidge, that would be brilliant. Oh, hold on. No, you're going elsewhere. Yeah, you're going to Silent Hill. Well, I'll tell you what, you're not anymore. Silent Hill to Dark City, we've now got trains that will handle that. So if we take all of these lot, there we go, and we'll stick all of these on the commuter service back here. Well, yeah, let's put 3. Okay. Any advance on 3? No, you've said it like half a dozen times. Let's do that. Okay, right. So we'll stick 3 of these trams, thank you, onto the Dark City commuting service, which is overkill. That will undoubtedly push it into what's the word I'm after here? Loss. Yes, loss is the word that we're after. But that will do a good job at kind of pile driving as much as possible down towards the train station. Now, those other 2 trams, they're still cannibalising the route. We're done with Dark City now. They're still cannibalising the route, but that's okay. I have a plan for them too. And that is, when we reach Silent Hill, we'll add them to the about-to-happen passenger commuting service here. Now, what have we got going on? Well, you've got a good kind of bus stop there already. But I think we can do better. I think we can get a little closer to the station entrance. We'll stick one here, maybe even mothball that, so that we're not overlapping too greatly. And again, this is going to be an expensive one unless I cheap out and just go with a regular bus stop. So same as before, we will now upgrade the roads because I do have some trams that we're going to stick on here. So it would be quite sensible to actually be able to allow trams to operate. And then I'm going to go up here. Trust me, this will make sense. There's ever so slightly some traffic there. But in a moment there won't be. Well, that's a lie. In a moment there will be, but it won't be quite as severe. Okay, keep telling yourself that. Right, there we go. And we'll do a loop round there and then come back again. See, that's quite nice. And then you just want one that's in the kind of middle of town there. My goodness me, this really is a sprawling kind of epic. Silent Hill, not so flipping silent. It's full of bloody people. Okay, right. Anything else? I'd like to upgrade this sandy road. Well, okay, you're in the area. You might as well make it happen. Give me that. Give me regular kind of medium stuff here. And speed limit 31. Do we want to tram track it? No, that's unnecessary. Upgrade to that, please. There you are. Jolly good. And that bit as well. Come on, people. It's the 20th century. I think the days of settling for dirt tracks it should be behind us by now. Right, then we will stick a bus stop right here because this has got great coverage. So why would you not? Right, okay, let's have a look at the existing service that we've got. I think it's just a point-to-point that we're running at the moment. That's on it, clearly. Silent Hill to Waterdeep. Oh, okay, right, yes. How many have I got on there? 4. Okay, and then what else have we got going on here? Silent Hill to Dark City, yeah, and Silent Hill to CSGO. Castle Rock, for those of you in the know there. So that's the Castle Rock stop up there. Evidently, I felt that at some point, and then you got Castle Rock to Waterdeep as well. I'm flipping heck, I've got routes all over the shop here. Actually, Castle Rock to Waterdeep, that one might be a good one to just intercept. If we go Castle Rock to Waterdeep, Castle Rock Central is not, in fact, Central. We'll go to here, to Oak Street. And then, do we want to stop here as well? Yeah, actually, I think we might. There we are. Let's do that. And then on the way back, no. Then you go to Waterdeep. Yeah. And then back the way you came to there. And then back to Oak Street. 3rd Street, Waterdeep, Oak Street. Yes. Okay, cool. Right, what's this purple number here? Blue number. Right, get rid of Castle Rock Central. We're cutting you off, pal. No, I'm feeling generous. We won't. We will instead, however, add a second stop there, despite the fact you've got rampant cannibalisation going on. Stick another one in here. And then instead of going Silent Hill Central, we'll go to the bus stop. And then back to that one. And then up to Oak Street. Yeah, you've kind of made a bit of a mess there, haven't you? Because you're still stopping at the bus stop here. But is it a route that makes sense? Not even remotely. Right, kill it. Do it again. You were close, but ultimately wrong. So let's do that one again, and hopefully we can do it with some tram action. In fact, that's what we should do for this. Just do that. Right. Good solid naming there that I'm definitely going to remember the names of those stops. And, yeah. Okay, right. Well, we're going to upgrade a bit more tram track here because it wants to go around this corner. So we'll allow it to do so. And then we'll grab the remainder of the intercity line there and we'll stick that on whatever route this is. Of course, at this point, I am completely confused as to whatever's going on, but that I have actually identified the correct one. We want this on Shill CS Row, like that, and then the same with you. Shill CS Row, there you go. Right, okay, that's doing something. Very clearly, very, very clearly doing something. We've got 4 on the Silent Hill Waterdeep, which is this red line here. So if we change the station at this end to be the train station, and then get rid of Central, then pretty soon we will have no passengers waiting there at all, apart from for the stuff that I haven't moved yet. Right, now let's have a quick look at that. I've really butchered this. That shouldn't have anything left running on it. It doesn't. Right, let's kill the route. Okay, well, it's easy, Tiger. That's the name of the game. Just tweak things around a bit. Try and get them stopping a little bit more conveniently, and we should see a bit of an upward move in terms of rail passengers. I should probably kill the connection between Waterdeep and anywhere at this stage, but it'll be what it is. Now, Waterdeep itself is actually quite compact, So I think what we'll do here is we'll, instead of building a new commuter route, because pretty much everybody can reach the station, right? Let's just double check that. Yeah, pretty much everyone can reach the station already. More will be able to do so if I just plunk in an extra couple of roads, like that one, for example. Yeah, I know someone just had to move out, but someone always has to move out, so that's not the end of the world. Right, down you go. Too much slope? Surely not. Surely we haven't encountered a too much slope moment already today. I was kind of hoping for a couple of minutes grace, and that said, you've had 15, so you know you've had your couple of minutes. I guess somebody else is moving out as well. Well, that's life, and all of the many perils that come with it. If I could get this road underneath the bridge, it would be super, because I want to run it up the other side. Just letting you know there, so that the AI can, in all its wisdom, can move on in, and we can make some cash. We are apparently now going to waste some money. It's not wasting the money. It's all in the name of progress to make this work a little bit better. Right, we'll go bendy that way, and then we'll come back on ourselves, and hopefully that will be enough to now get us under the bridge. Like that. What are you colliding? Not quite low. Well, it'll be low enough if I come back a bit. There you go. So instead of you doing that, do this, do that, keep doing this. There you go. That looks better. Alright, I've even let it stick with the default bridge style because I'm feeling both charitable and lazy at the same time. No, whoa, wrong button. There you go. Use the correct button and everything will be better. And then we're going to need to just ease this up a little bit so that there's some land that can actually be built on. Right, let's ramp that up. Let's do a smidge of this. Right, ease that back down. Let's do a smidge of that. Now, it looks ugly at the moment. I can't say it won't look ugly when I'm finished with it, but it won't look as ugly. That's the aim. That's my promise to you as a city developer par excellence. Now, of course, getting these chaps building in here is no good at all if I haven't got a second station connection going on there. But I will. How much are you going to charge me for that? $1 million. All right, okay, just this once. And, of course, any other times in the future that I feel that that's necessary. Right, now then, you down here onto... Yeah, that was never going to work. There was no scenario under which that connection attempt was going to pay off. But if you now do something like that, you might be able to look at it funny and go, no, let's give it another go. Go around this way. Why don't you just do something with the landscape? I'm going to carve the landscape by flinging some road in it. Keep going round. I'm really hoping the AI appreciates this effort that I'm going to on its behalf here. Too much curvature. I doubt that. There we go. That looks better. Right, and then just connect up. All right, well, it's exciting. People will come from miles away to ride that particular piece of road. You got a bit of a lip there for those who are of a stunt person kind of persuasion, and I'm sure they'll enjoy getting mad air off that. Right, when I come back to this, I'm going to spend quite a lot of money on evening the ground up here, because I think that this could form quite a splendid seafront boulevard. Boulevard seafronted. Right, good. That will probably be enough for now. I should still have a bus stop outside the station directly, but when you think about it, that one and this one, they're actually not that far apart. On to the next part of the endeavour, because this is an endeavour in multiple parts. The second part of the endeavour is to take one of these and put it somewhere so that people can get to the station. Now, this has got several challenges associated with it. The first challenge that we have to play with here is that, the terrain is awful. Right? It's rotten terrain that we're... Hold on, I found one. Take it. Right, I take everything back. The terrain is beautiful, the landscape is beautiful, everything is beautiful. Well, that worked really, really, really well. Okay, cool. Right, well, yeah, okay, so there were two problems, because obviously prior to hitting the record button today, I went scouting around for somewhere to potentially place this thing. That was supposed to be just a demonstration of how difficult this is to do. And, you went a little bit overboard there. Can we even that back up again, please? I just didn't want it clipping through me docks. And now I've got hefty levels of subsidence. That's coastal erosion. It's all normal. We'll be fine. I am going to need enough room to put some kind of mass transit stop here, because if they're not willingly walking to the station, I think it's very unlikely they're going to willingly walk down to the passenger port. Yeah, a passenger port, friends. That's a thing that's about to occur here on this map. Now I've had a bit of a poke around. I'm just going to get this road working. Just going to get the road working here. All right, that'll do. I mean, it's out there, but it is there. Right, let's see if we can't stick a tram stop on there. Yeah, so I poked around both ends of a potential shipping passenger route. This is never going to work because you've got some water there, and you can't do anything where water's involved. You're going to have to go for one of the regular bus stops again. Oh well, that's okay. It doesn't go any further, so it'll just spin around and head back out again. Right, now then, are we going to hijack one of the intercity routes? I rather think we are. Okay, so industrial Waterdeep. No, CS go to Waterdeep. Silent Hill to Waterdeep. Okay. Right, that's one that I should kill. I should kill this one off and turn it into CS go to Waterdeep. Yeah, right. Assign all of these onto the other one, and then we won't cannibalise ourselves quite so vigorously. We do have the Castle Rock. We do have Castle Rock to Silent Hill already existing, and I should have done that while I was concentrating, because now I'm concentrating slightly less. Intercity, yes. Go on. Intercity, yes. CS row water. There you go. And you. Intercity CS row water. Intercity intercity. You can say it out loud as often as you like. It's not going to sound any more dynamic by you doing so. Same goes for you there, Chief. Yep, there we go. All right, and you as well, and then we can kill the line off. And then we'll make a minor adjustment to the route on this line. That's the one we just murdered. This is the one we want. Right, we're doing quite the route here. Okay, so from Waterdeep Central, how does one then get... Well, you could get down to the port from there. So Waterdeep Central, add that. 4th Street, yep, and then after 3rd Street, this does not look right. This looks a bit wacky. Oh, no, it's fine. Add it again after 3rd Street. There we go. Okay, well, we cover a lot of ground there. Now, you should get a reasonable amount of pickup from this one. Should get some pickup from this one. Should get some pickup from there. And that will funnel people down towards the shipping route that is about to occur. I say about to occur. It's going to take as long as it takes. Right. And then, what were we going to do? We were going to kill the bus route. Thank you. Which was a Silent Hill to... There we go. Silent Hill to Waterdeep. And kill that one off. Right. Okay, so now we need the other end of this. And as I was attempting to say about half a dozen times, I tried this a lot to try and find somewhere that would take. Initially, I wanted to park outside Zion. I thought, well, that would be a novel and interesting new direction to take this kind of stuff. We have got a rail connection in Zion, so it's a connection with the mainland. This whole inlet here is a no-go zone. If we turn that back on, you've got a few possible connections there, but Zion itself is kind of scattered all over this lumpen hillside, so it's an absolute headache to do. I did manage to get it to take... I think here was the most obvious one, but that's miles away from anywhere. Getting anything to stop there is going to be ridiculous. If you can't get at least some foot commuters as part of your push to victory, give it up. Go find somewhere else to do it. It's not going to work. Right, okay. I don't think I'm that lucky. I don't think I can possibly get this one in. And bizarrely enough, that's close. But the docks, if I can get the docks in navigable water, then any terrain alignment that happens, I can fix that quite easily just using a healthy amount of smoothing. But if I can't get the docks itself into water that it finds agreeable, so here, for example, it will work. No, really? Yeah, it will. If you get the terrain right, it will fit there. Well, that's baffling. Yeah, in fact, anywhere along here, and you're on fire there, friend. Now, Rapture is where I'm going to go for, because basically the goal here is just to get a connection to the mainland, because that in itself should provide enough incentive for people to actually ride the thing, hopefully. So, step one is choose the right terrain tool. Good. After spending 150 grand needlessly. Excellent work. Now, there may be a side benefit here that this actually helps the growth of Rapture itself, because we're creating more kind of placeable land. If we then give that a bit of an ease, but not too much, because you're going to need to do some more. Right about there. So if we now reshape that some. Now what I'd love to do is just make the whole area completely flat and then make it jolly easy for anybody. There we go. See, made that work. And bosh. Good. First passenger shipping route coming up there, friends. It's happening. Now then, I'm really tempted to just bulldoze the lot and flatten this out so we can wait so that we can turn it into some kind of delightful housing estate that the AI just kind of blissfully builds all over because it's so easy to do so. However, doing that will be incredibly expensive. Almost as expensive as accidentally using the wrong terrain tool, for example. So instead, we'll just go with some general smoothage in the area, try and batter a bit of road up the middle, and see where it gets us. It'll probably get us to there, and has. Additional connections might be valuable if we can get you round here. Yes, I know it's rather steep, but if you've not been keeping up with the series, rather steep is pretty much the subtitle for this whole affair. There you go, that's come out all right. And then if I smooth this out, no, give me the tool, thank you. If I smooth that out a bit, we might just get a little bit of building going on, and even more shockingly, we might actually build out that way a bit, which would be brilliant. If I could get Rapture here to spring into life, I'll be very pleased indeed. Now then, we're not taking no for an answer. We're going to put a proper bus station on here. We possibly will take no for an answer if it frustrates me for more than a minute or two, but it hasn't, so we'll take that. That's really not quite as smooth as I'd anticipated. There we go. Okay. Right, smashing. We're going to give this a funky name. This is Rapture International, for it is international, and hopefully I haven't already called the freight port Rapture International, because if I have, then we've got a conflict of everything going on. Now then, we've got nothing waiting at Rapture Station because it's not actually used by anything. Okay. So, do we really not have a commuter line at all in Rapture at the moment? Well, then it's rather miraculous that this station is doing anything at all. Well, let's set one up now. That's straightforward enough. Now, it's tempting to go with trams because trams are cool, but we're going to go with buses because buses are not as cool. Good justification there. We'll stick a turnaround on this one. Sure, why not? If I can get the circle on here, I'll use it. If I can't, I'll go with something cheaper. Yep. Yep, that's where that lives. And so, you know, point A down here, point B up there, point C somewhere in the middle, ideally near the station. In fact, we'll put a point C in here. That'll be a little bit of crossover and cannibalization going on, but not too much. Yeah, do a bit of that. Then we'll stop at this one. You'd really benefit from having a stop on the other side of the road, but I've built that one in a slightly unusual place. Are you classed as the same stop? Don't be ridiculous. Well, then I'm going to have to concentrate as I put this one in then, aren't I? Right, okay, so we go from International out to Sycamore Street, up to Taylor Street. Why can't you do that? Why aren't you going up here? It's not one way. I mean, you know, oh, because you're coming back again. Okay, and then up to Lower Rapture, and then hit Taylor Street again, and then Lower Rapture is actually a good name for it. And then you are no longer in a good place. But if I go around that... No. Bad news. No, that's no good. Rapture Stations is going to be bulldozed. Hold on. It's always worthwhile keeping a steady aim when you're going to do something quite as destructive as that. We'll stick one here instead. That's Rapture Station now, because it gives us a bit of coverage on the station, plus it captures all of that lot. Goes past Sycamore Street on the way back, and then back to Rapture International. And this one is going to be called Commuter Rapture, which probably disobeys every naming convention I've ever come up with, but I don't care. Now, we've got a truck stop up here somewhere, or we had one historically, because I've bought many a truck from it. Evidently, that is not the case, however. That's a shame. Build one then? Yeah, build one. Don't be paralysed by the fact that what you thought you had, you don't have. Instead, build one. Where's a nice place for it? Well, I would go with anywhere. Will you fit on there? Why are you making this difficult? Just find a fairly flat bit of ground and wang it on there. Like that. Okay, cool. Right, road vehicles. I think the double-decker might go quite nicely on here, but we've just had the GM, the General Motors Fishbowl, has just arrived, so maybe we should go with the latest and the greatest, despite the fact that the double-decker here, which is clearly balanced, does 50 miles per hour and carries twice as many passengers. It is effectively faster and carries more than the Fishbowl. And it's half the price. What's the running cost? 45 grand a year versus 26 grand. Well, that's something, I suppose. But yeah, there's absolutely no rules involved in. I'm going to make a mod. What's it going to do? Everything. Yeah, no, we'll use I've actually got some of these in service, but that's not going to stop me putting some more in. Right, we'll go with, what do you think? 4. That should do for starters. Commuter. Bizarrely, I actually used a naming convention that I have been using. Right, fling that into action, and that's all good. Oh, I've got a ship to buy. At least one, I think. How far apart are we? What do you think? 3? I think 3 might do it. Yeah, yeah, this is going to look good. Now, as I did with the previous harbour, port, shipyard. As I did with the previous one, we shall... What are you? Are you a special shipyard? Oh, you're just assets. We could just have you parked up here. Well, we will then. There you go. There you go. That's going to sit out there. There be dragons and things. And if I can fling you on here, then I flipping well will do. I flipping well have done. Groovy. And then just route it up. Yeah, no, wait. Just, you have routed it up. Okay, sorry, I didn't see it take. And then over to this one. There you are. Why are you being ponderous about this? It's not a complicated thing I'm asking you to do. Let's make it bright yellow for the ladies and gentlemen at home so they can see what's going on. International holidays. Why not? We'll call it a cruise liner. Water deep, deep, rapture. Bizarrely enough, those are actually two quite appropriate names for this route. Although I suspect we're going to see some head-to-head sailing action there. But that's just life. Now we've got the. You saw that we instituted a placeable one a moment ago, but we've got the ship expansion here. Now the Explorer, 25 miles per hour, 35 passengers. That would do. Or we've got the Segel Schulschiff, I beg your pardon, Gorschfock, which does 16 miles per hour, which is rubbish. Or we've got the alternative, which also does 16 miles an hour, which is equally rubbish. We've got this little tugboat type deal, which is quite quick with 35 passengers. Nah, let's take this one. Yeah, I know. Throw caution to the wind, man. We'll go with the slower but sexier one. Right, 1 and 2, and we'll put an alternate on there as well. 3. I think the sails are a slightly different colour. Set this onto international holidays, and there we go. Now this is a very nice looking mod, and as long as it doesn't ruin everything for everybody, then we'll all be jolly happy about that. Ease yourself out of port. I'm putting it on Mondo Accelerate. What's this dolphin action? I didn't order dolphins, especially in format flipping birds, dolphins. Birds and dolphins. Many dolphins and birds. In fact, it's because they're all clustered together. In fact, those aren't even dolphins. They look more like orcas. If we slow it down, we'll try and catch the next orca burst. I mean, it's cute. It is. There are 3 orcas, sometimes known as killer whales, performing tricks off the bow of the ship there. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's not what was advertised. Anyway, this route has got a heck of a capacity. I don't think we're going to see it actually get any traction for a little while. But when it looks like this, why wouldn't you? I know you got some birds there, menacingly hovering over the masts of the ship, and the German flag flying quite breezily there. Well, I say flying, statically kind of sat there in the backdrop. Where it's going to be completely hilarious, of course, is where you've got 2 of these going in opposite directions with their sails set in exactly the same way. How I shall scoff and say, like, someone doesn't understand the weather gauge. Anyway, I've been Colonel Failure. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see how this beds in. It's quite attractive, though, isn't it? I say quite attractive. It's really attractive, isn't it? Isn't that nice? That's very, very nice indeed. Very, very nice. The Age of Sail comes to Transport Fever in 1959. Because of course it does. I'll catch up with you very soon. Thanks for watching. Cheerio. Alright, slightly cheaper episode today, and that's a good thing. I can't really keep up the pace of spending that kind of money forever. I'd like to, but sometimes that's just not practical. Anyway, those ships are really quite something to look at. Whether or not they manage to turn that startlingly good appearance into a startling amount of profit, I'm very dubious as to whether that's going to have a positive effect or not. But they're cheap to run, and therefore, what the heck? I mean, let's have them as just, some eye candy that we can swoop past occasionally. Anyway, coming up, we're going to start working on unifying the mainline rail network. Now that is going to be expensive. I am going to need to watch the penny. Who am I trying to kid?